this is your first chance being able to work with one of the trigonometric functions. So we're going to start out with the sine function. And so sine, it's a function, so it has to have an input or an argument. And so we're going to plug something into the sine function, and it's going to output. So we're going to have an input, and it's going to output some value. Now, the question is, what's the rule that allows this function to work? So what's the rule that takes us from an input and gets us over here to the output? The sine function is defined as follows. If you take the unit circle, so we've got a circle that's centered on the origin and whose radius is 1 unit long. Okay, so this length coming out here is 1. Okay, same thing for down to the side. If we draw an angle, let's say I draw an angle like this, and that angle's in standard position, meaning that its initial side is here on the x-axis, and its terminal side is anywhere, I guess, around the circle. That angle, let's call it theta. The sine function is going to be defined as the sine of that angle is going to equal the height value. So let's mark here where the intersection of the angle and the unit circle are. So right here. This point right here has an ordered pair. It's got an x and it's got a y coordinate. The sine function inputs the angle value and then outputs the y value. Okay, so that's the idea. So for example, if we said the sine of 20 degrees, what we're looking for is on a unit circle, if we make an angle of 20 degrees, oops, let's draw that a little bit better down here. Okay, so this is my 20 degree angle. If I figure out where it intersects right here on the unit circle, okay, so this value right there, this length, that height value here, that's going to be the output. So this blue value will be the output. I like this particular website because what it allows us to do is input a degree angle and it'll output the sine value. So let me go ahead and show you how this works. Let's say, for example, we want to know what is the sine value of 30 degrees. So what I'll do is I'll type in 30. Now, the drawing on here is going to go ahead and create a 30 degree angle, and it's going to give us the height value. So it's saying at 30 degrees, the point on the circle there, okay, is going to correspond to a height value of 0.499, so 0.5, because it's a computer, so right now it's estimating that value, but it's really the exact value is 0.5 or 1/2. So if I ask it what is the height value at 60 degrees, it'll go ahead and it'll draw a 60 degree angle, and it'll grab the height, and it'll say the height is 0.866. If we ask what's the sine value at 90 degrees, again, what we're asking is what is the height of the point on the unit circle at 90 degrees? So go to 90 degrees, and it's going to tell us that that height value is 1. So we input an angle, and the output is the height value. So for the sine function, the input is always the angle. We can try a couple more here. Let's do 135 degrees. There's the height value, and it's saying it's 0.707. Okay. We can even do something crazy like 450 degrees. And that'll wrap us around the circle and give us a height value. Now, if the input is an angle and the output is the height value, think about all the different types of outputs you could possibly have. are there any numbers we can't get for outputs? Okay, that's the idea of domain and range. Specifically, the outputs will be the range, and the input is going to be the domain. And we'll talk about that in a later video. This simulation, this website is available on your guided notes. So if you just want to go ahead and follow that link, you can play around with this as well. And I would encourage that.